Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel today for Midlands Outdoors, where we're going to be taking a short walk down a place which is really nice. I actually do love it across here. It's just in Halesowen. It's actually called Somers Park, which is just on the side road as well. You can get to it, the side road goes up towards Huntington. It's just on the right. It is again a lovely park. Again, there is some piece of history in here as well, which we'll be taking a look at. So we're going to be journeying our way down and then we'll go and see what we can come across. But hopefully I can get some drone footage today for you. It has been starting to rain a little bit, but if I can try and get past it, I might get some lovely shots. So we'll see what we can do. But what I'm going to do now is keep on going, and then we'll keep journeying our way down that way. So yeah, I'll have to say though, what I do love about this Somers Park again is the wildlife. Again, is pretty amazing sometimes. And actually see some wild birds again, like your blue tits, again robins, even your birds of prey are fantastic over here to see. Again, you can see I have seen goshawks over here, and they are fascinating birds of prey. If you can zoom in and take some nice photography, sparrows and even buzzards are more common over the Romsey area, and also towards where the Somers Park is just over here. But we are actually passing under a tunnel at the moment, so you can see this one that goes right the way through, accompanied by this like little stream going all the way down. Oh, it is really muddy today as well, which you can see. A majority of the paths where I've been quite really muddy. So yeah, coming under this tunnel, there is actually some numbers that I'm situated right at the top of there. You can see 49 and then a 5. Somebody did tell me something about those just onto there. It was related to something. I cannot remember myself what it was relating to, but I do believe somebody was telling me quite a while ago off the group house I remembered. It could be nothing, but it could actually be something though. But if you do know what 49 and then that 5 means, feel free to drop it in the comments. Again, we'd all be interested to find out what that is. I believe as well this is actually the River Stour, which is actually flowing all the way from St Canals. Just imagine the journey of this river though, how far it goes. It travels all the way again to Stourbridge and all the way to Stourport to the River Severn, so it is quite a long journey. But the river down here does get quite wide as it gets into the Halesowen section compared to what it is up by the St Canal side where the source is. But this tunnel is pretty much really nice as well, this tunnel. We go under it. It has been painted over a few times as well, as you can see. It used to actually be like a grey colour inside here. I really don't know whether this is going to be a good idea or what. But you can see, look at the big paths going all the way around the side. The field is absolutely bogged out, as you can see, just going down there. It is even accompanied all the way down the bottom to go around the sides. We've had that much rain. I mean, it's just saturated the ground quite a lot. As you can see, the pathway just cut behind me as well. There is a little stream running down. I don't know where to take this path and just go back up into Somers is. But there is a field I can take up to there anyway, just to go and take a look if I can try and get to it. So let's go back up to the top. I'm definitely not going to go that way. Maybe in the summertime I will show you the fields over here, the Romsey fields right at the back. Absolutely amazing place. We'll cover that a bit later on within the year. So yeah, just walking up right now, there is actually some interesting things there that do run somewhere along the lines. I don't know the exact position from this section, but a majority of the old people who are looking probably on the Halesowen groups and looking at this video maybe may understand more about the Halesowen train line, which actually run all the way to again to the Long Bridge. It is an old train track and there is actually still some remains left today. And if you go on the main farm, Bibby's farm, which is just up the top by Huntington, just up there, you can actually see some old train track which is actually still remaining. If you could try and spot it right at the back of their land, again it is amazing, just go and take a look at. But yeah, just gonna have to say, back onto that train line, I am going to be covering some information, history, and a walk across the either section, showing you much of the old remains, which are probably still there now. There is odd bits of train track left, and again old ruins of like walls and stuff. The old bridge which went all the way across the Darrydale Viaduct, whether many of you know where it is, you can actually walk a big slope and up the top, and there is actually, I did find some old train track remain, really interesting as well. And there is some old buildings, there is an old building and an old cart along the way as well. The cart isn't in great condition, it is actually collapsed. I do remember going over there a few years ago to take a look at it, but it is again really interesting, and it does tie into quite a bit of history with the train track as well. So stay tuned for that one, that is again another one. So we are into the main depths of the Somers Park now, which you can see we've got all these like big yew trees covering all the sides. Look, quite big trees these are. And again, yew trees are really old, they do take years to grow, these do. There's quite a lot of these up Witchbury Hill as well, and some of them dating back so back it's just unreal. But a majority of this land over here though, which you can see, there is actually like a big massive piece of land just going down. I will have a look for you and tell you a bit more about that, just to recap what it's about. So the main name for this place is obviously, because I called it Somers Park, the main name for it is actually Seth Somers Park. It was built between 1955 and again 1957, and officially opened by the Lord Cobham on April 27th 1957. Construction of the park was funded by the Seth Somers Trust, who leased the ground to the Halesowen Cricket Club for free. Worcestershire second, I think it's 9, played at the ground on a number of occasions between 1950 and 2001, while the recreational Worcestershire Cricket Board team played 2 ECB 38 County Cup games at the ground in 1999 and 2000. So that's actually just literally this right behind me right now, just that big massive big land over there. That again is really interesting. So I mean, for the whole of this park itself, it is dating, like I mentioned, dating to like 1957, so you can just see the dates onto there, how old it is. But just down here we have got that like little Icehouse, which will actually tell a bit of information about that. Again, it is really interesting because it does tie into that house, which is just right at the bottom. So here we are on Seth Somers Park. When you're walking a bit further down, you may wonder, you come across this thing just from the corner, and many people may wonder what it is. Some people have told me it's an air raid shelter in the past, many people told me other things, but actually it is actually an Icehouse, which back in the olden days, this would have been the refrigeration system which would have used to store all their things and keep it cool. So you just see inside it though, it is actually like a big massive, like a dome shaped, and it goes round inside it, look, and you see into there. I don't know if you get like a little bit of a view, but you can see some of it. But the main reason why they dug it deep under is obviously to keep it all cold. So you can just see the architecture as well. I mean, there would have been that big door onto there, so the majority of inside would have been all dark to keep it cold. But you see the brickwork as well, look. Absolutely fascinating just to see this. It is again a grade 2 listed building, and this is why it's obviously gated off, obviously to protect people and obviously protect the history of it as well. So we have got a piece of history just to go over to tell you about it, and we'll go over more. So it does say the Icehouse, southwest of the Grange, is obviously grade 2 listed. The date it was actually listed was on the 6th of July 2009. So we've even got even more down. I'm trying to find the information for you because there is quite a bit about it. So yeah, trying to find the information for you, I have actually found the piece of information. The Icehouse at the Grange, Halesowen, dates back to the late C18, so the 18th century, and the early 19th century, and is sited approximately 100 metres southwest of the house. The Icehouse is constructed of brick, and where revealed, this has a thickness of at least 1 foot. It is circular in plan and domed with a trapdoor opening slightly off centre, just right behind me, which you can see. That's what it's actually like, that. So centre, the walls of the chamber are trapped to form a slight egg shape overall. The north facing arch entrance to the tunnel to the chamber has been damaged and has now some modern brickwork to block the former opening and a metal cage covering. The Icehouse is built to fairly steep incline at the bottom of the surviving canal, which appears to be part of the decorative garden layout, which have also been supplied the estate with ice. So again, really much interesting that is, to be fair, and again you probably would find more information. So again, ice houses were introduced in England in the 17th century and become during the 18th century. There was considerable contemporary debate over the best type of ice house in which to store ice, though the most common structures were built into the ground with the north facing entrances, often surrounded by trees. Many were built with tapered walls which formed an egg shape, and this allowed the ice to pack harder as it is gradually melted. It was normal for an ice house to have a slight domed base to allow for good drainage. So again, you probably could find more information about these ice houses, and it's just crazy just to see one that is actually still remaining here today. And actually an old-fashioned refrigeration system, so they wouldn't have had your typical fridges what we've had today. It would have mainly been all these for your big massive houses, and again most mansions across the UK maybe would have had an ice house back during those dates to keep everything cool. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that little piece of history on this ice house. Again, it is really interesting just to cover a nice piece of history which is just lying here and waiting for people to come and take a look at it. But I do remember over the years when this didn't actually have the this onto it. It was actually just a door onto there. The door fell off, and that's when they placed this over it to make it a bit more safer. There was, I believe as well, ladders in there as well at one point, and the ladders got, whether someone stole them or took them out, but the ladders aren't in there now because they used to have them to be able to get down to the bottom of that. But so imagine, I mean, the whole of this land as well was back in the days when the house was pretty much lived in and it was used for its purpose. The whole of this land would have been part of that house as well. That's why that ice house is on this land within the Seth Somers park itself over the backs. But yeah, let's go and have another journey, and let's go and take a look at what else is around here. So yeah, I mean the weather though, it is quite strange today because it's been cloudy, drizzling and raining, because you can see right behind me now, the depths over there is Clent Hills, and I can just see there's like a bit of mist lurking over there. Now I have brought my drone with me, but to be honest, with weather conditions like this, I don't think it is much wise to take the drone up, because there hasn't been a gap to be able to fly the drone. You need it where there's like no rain, or how it is now, what mist, because it can obviously damage the drone in certain ways. But we will be obviously coming back up here when it's actually a bit better weather conditions to fly the drone and get some lovely aerial footage of the local area around here. But again, I must say though, it's just a lovely part just to come and take a walk around, even if you're just going to take your dog for a walk, or you come for a stroll yourself. Seth Somers, I mean, by Halesowen, it's not a big place itself really, because it does jump to the Ramsey Fields, but it's just nice just to come and have a look, see what you can see along the way as well. But I can't see no stopping to the rain though, because it is spitting. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a walk. I think I'm going to take the route going down that side now, go down the side which is going all the way down, and I'll come past the ice house, and I'm going to go all the way where I come from, down through to there, and then back through to Halesowen, because the weather isn't really too great. I don't know how long it's going to stay like drizzling as it's coming down, possibly all afternoon, because I did forecast it for 2. But again, it's going to be a short video, so at the end of the day it's just a bit of content for you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far. But let's get a bit more cinematics, and I will see if I try and spot anything. I doubt it though, but we'll see what's on the way. So yeah, just coming a bit further down now, just down this path going back towards where the Icehouse is. Look at the size of this rhododendron, which is obviously grown just right here, look. Has a massive covering. I mean, this plant must be how many years old? I don't know if it's one plant or several plants joined all into different ones. But it is massive, this plant is. The way it's all covered up and all grown. I mean, to get to these sizes and to get to that how high it is, it must actually take years for these to grow so high. So I have got one of these in my garden, but it's only at a certain height. But just to see the way it is, and when it's in bloom, wow, it is spectacular just to come and take a look. It is nice again as well to have your photo taken behind that when it's in bloom. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I thought I might mention some more stuff to you, and I have got an old image here, so I'm gonna send it to you. So it actually does say about the Grange, which is obviously says Huntington, so it's not too far from Huntington. It says the following transcriptions relate to the Grange, formerly belonged to the Halesowen Abbey and sold to the tenant in 1558. The present day Grange is an 18th century house which was given in 1951 to Walter Somers Employees Trust as a sports and social club. I don't know whether you can actually get like a little bit of a gap down the bottom, but it's completely, if you look down there, it's completely all got trees around it. You have to go for the main entrance to take a look, so I won't be able to show you that just from the side, but you will be able to see it. I can put a photo on for you though of what the Grange house looks like now, so you can just see what it's actually like. So yeah, I thought I might just show this for you. So we can see we've got some information online about the Grange. So you can see it's a Grade 2 listed building in Halesowen, Dudley. So you can obviously see a map of it right now, just down the bottom where it is. You just see onto, if I zoom in onto it, you can just see how big the land is just for the Grange itself, accompanied by the River Stour on the side and a load of public footpaths. So you just see in that photo above, that's actually what it is today with the picture. And I did show you some old photos earlier. So again, it does say there, listed in the 10th of January 1950 as a Grade 2 listed building on the historic England. So just going down even further, we have got some more information here. So early mid C18, the south facade late century 18, red brick with stone dressings, sash windows with plain key blocks and sills. The central featured is the Bolection moulding with ionic pilasters, moulded stone door case and a Bolection moulded architrave. Again, loads there, so you can just see down here, it tells you much about the building there just for you. So yeah, I must say, just for a general stroll, it is quite interesting. So I think that's about it for this place though, but I'm just going to have another walk back and obviously head back under that tunnel and go. So I'll enjoy the rest of the cinematics that I have for you. Again, it is a nice little walk and it gives you an idea where to come. So yeah, thanks for watching. Again, do hit that subscribe button because we've got even more longer videos, ones that you do enjoy. So yeah, I thought I might mention that as well to you because we've got quite a lot to go in the summer and obviously in the spring as well. So let's keep going and see you soon.